Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Digital ATN's Digital Learning Day. Thank you for joining us today to refine and continue to develop digital learning skills, strategies, and resources that we can use to implement at your agency. I am thrilled to share today's second session, Introduction to Canva, 10 Teacher Time-Saving Tips. My name is Jose Adorno. I am the Digital Learning Coordinator at Advance, and also joined by Amy Ferrari, ATDN Coordinator. We will also be your moderators for today. All our sessions will be recorded, and the materials shared by our presenters will be available after the conference via email. Please put in the chat any questions or comments during the presentation to get them to the presenters. Also, everything shared today will also be available as topics for tech support. If you need help accessing the resource, looking for a tutorial, brainstorming ideas or strategies and implementation, Digital ATN is the place to go. And best of all, it's free. Today we have one of Digital ATN's one of the two Digital ATN's technology specialists. She's been working with Google Applied Digital Skills, and today she's going to be presenting Canva. In no longer ado, here is Mary Kate. Thank you for presenting for us.
Oh, sure. Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining me today in this presentation of Introduction to Canva, 10 Teacher Time-Saving Tips. I'm Mary Kate Haverly, and I'm excited to discuss one of my favorite tools, a tool I use every day, and that is Canva. So one thing that we are going to be doing today to kind of bury the lead, we will be having some time to play with Canva. So if you do not already have a Canva account, we are going to invite you to our team this month to be able to play with it. So what we're going to ask you to do is just, if you want to maybe just type in the chat and put in your name or email, you will get an invite as I'm chatting today, so that way you can play in the Canva sandbox with us later on. But if you already have your own account, that's fine too. You can use that. All right, so let's dive in and talk about some of our objectives today. So my objective for you today is to introduce you to Canva and its capabilities, and also to empower you with the knowledge and skills that are needed to comfortably navigate and utilize this robust design tool. So through the 10 time-saving tips, we'll explore how Canva can be used to create engaging educational materials and optimize classroom utilization. And by the end of this presentation, my hope for you is that you'll feel more confident in your ability to use Canva and be equipped with the knowledge and skills needed to create a more engaging and effective classroom materials that would help captivate your adult learners. So here's our agenda today. Now that we've discussed our objectives, let's take a look at our agenda. So first, we'll just begin with an introduction to Canva and explore its benefits. We will discuss its features, capabilities, and highlight how it can revolutionize the way that we create educational materials. Next, we'll dive into the importance of visual engagement in education. And to kickstart that discussion, we'll have an activity to do together. And that will allow us to explore the world of colors and understand the impact that that might have on learning. And following that, we'll dive into our first 4 tips on using Canva effectively in a document before putting what we have learned into practice, and allow you to explore that on your own. And after that, we'll continue with tips 5 through 10 before, again, giving you an opportunity to explore that in a presentation. So by the end of this session, again, my goal is that you'll be equipped with the essential knowledge to use Canva effectively, but also have some practical experience creating engaging and effective teaching materials. So let's dive into the wonderful world of Canva. All right. So what is Canva? So Canva is a powerful online graphic design platform that has really recently become a game changer for creating visually stunning educational materials. One of the key strengths of Canva lies in its ability to simplify the design process. So there's no need to be a design expert. With Canva, you can effortlessly create professional looking materials because it utilizes a really user-friendly drag and drop interface. So that means you can have more time to focus on your content and far less time trying to figure out the technicalities of this program or of design. But beyond that, Canva also offers a vast library of templates, images, and other assets. So whether you're designing a presentation or a poster or an infographic or a social media post or whatever, there's a template for almost every occasion. So the extensive library hopefully sparks some of your creativity, but also saves you valuable time in providing a starting point for your projects. And one of the last features that I really love about Canva is that collaboration is also a breeze with Canva. So the collaborative feature allows teams to work together and design a project in real time. So it's not only a fantastic tool for individuals, but also for creators that would like to use that powerful asset as in their classroom or as a professional team. All right. So let's dive into why use Canva, especially as a time-saving tool, especially in education. So first and foremost, Canva is incredibly user-friendly. It was designed for easy navigation by users with limited graphic design experience. Its customization capabilities empower you to tailor your teaching materials like presentation slides or worksheets or posters to meet your students' needs. For engagement, we know that engagement is crucial in education. So Canva's visually appealing materials can captivate attention, making learning more enjoyable and interactive. Collaboration is fundamental. As I mentioned, Canva facilitates real-time collaboration for group projects or co-teaching efforts, very similar to how Google products, if you're familiar with the Google Suite and how you can collaborate within any of the Google products, it's very similar. Canva's versatility makes it a top choice, offering templates and other design elements for lesson plans or presentations, infographics, and more. And also, it's cost-effective with both free and paid options. So speaking of, let's figure out, can you get Canva for free? And the answer for most of us here today is yes. There's fantastic opportunities for educators and nonprofit organizations. So for educators working in a nonprofit organization, Canva offers a free plan that utilizes many of the paid premium content. So that's fantastic news for educators such as us here today, because you can access a wide range of those design tools for free. So our risks fall under the nonprofit umbrella and therefore can apply to get Canva for free. Agencies associated with a K-12 school district can explore specialized offerings such as Canva for Education or Canva for Campus. Those programs are designed to cater specifically to the needs of educational institutions, providing additional features and benefits for the educational experience. All right. So hopefully it's free and everyone will check it out. All right. And next, let's take a second to really talk about the importance of visual engagement. And as we do that, it's essential to understand the diverse benefits that visually appealing products, educational products especially, can bring to the table. So according to statistics, 65% of the population might identify as being a visual learner. And I've actually seen statistics that have said that could be as high as 80%. So visually appealing educational materials have a great opportunity to reach a large number of your student population. Visuals also play a crucial role in enhancing learning, making complex ideas more accessible and memorable. And as we've all experienced, capturing attention in the classroom can be an ongoing challenge. So visually appealing content not only grabs your students' attention, but also creates an engaging and enjoyable learning environment. Further, well-designed visual elements support comprehension and retention, again, actively helping your students grasp information. I believe visual engagement promotes inclusivity by catering to diverse learning styles, making educational content accessible to a broader spectrum of students. For visual communication, visuals act as a universal language, simplifying the communication of complex ideas, breaking it down and making it easier to understand. And lastly, design impacts engagement and participation. So you might find that it would motivate students to more actively interact with the learning process through the either interactive graphics or multimedia presentations. So in essence, Canva can be your ally to seamlessly integrating those principles into your educational materials. So let's take a break. I've been chatting for about 10 minutes now. So we're going to play a little game. For our first activity today, we're going to explore the powerful influence on colors on our perception and emotions. So similar to our discussions on visual engagement, color theory plays a crucial role in shaping how students receive or retain information. So for this activity, I want you to consider how certain colors evoke specific emotions or thoughts or memories. And this ties back to what I previously just spoke about creating visually appealing content and its impact on learning. Because color is a strategic tool that goes beyond aesthetics. It can also enhance engagement and create a more memorable learning experience. So for this activity, I've chosen 4 specific colors, each with a unique emotional impact potentially. And as we dive into color theory, I want you to think about how those colors might align with our principles. How can they enhance learning or sustain attention or encourage active engagement? So let's go ahead and try it. This is our first 4. Take a look at the colors on the screen here. You can see blue sky, granite, pine, and fields. I want you to think about what emotional or associative response those colors might invoke. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds and maybe type in the chat. What comes to mind when you see that color combination? Any thoughts or response that you have to those colors?
Can we also say, Mary Kate, that this whole presentation was created through Canva?
Yes. Awesome. We see some good things pop in. Somber, exciting, nature, calm. All right. You guys are on the right track. So let's see. So these colors were chosen to convey something that would be fresh and energetic and earthy. A lot of people said calm, and I think you're on the right track, because we had those blue and gray and greens also being balanced by that bright freshness of the kind of the neon green or the bright blue sky. So it's taking a very calm color combination and giving it a little bit of kick. So this color combination was to balance a very business-like feel, again, with the grays and the greens, but kick it up a notch and give it a fresh, energetic vibe. So, all right, well, let's try another one. Here's our second combination. A little bit different. So again, give you 30 seconds or so. What comes to mind? What do you think of? Again, we all are going to have a different emotional or associative response to this colors. It's going to bring up something else that we've experienced. So there's no right answer here. See a lot of beachy, summer, springy answers. Yeah. All right. And again, these are colors taken from this picture. So the goal of this combination was to evoke a summery, beachy, vibrant, exciting feeling. So we can see this colors from this landscape, where the sea and the stone was featuring both the warm and the cool colors, and both bright and subdued shades. So we're on the right track. That beachy, mellow combination brings to mind maybe relaxing or creative feelings, but also with a really exciting twist. Awesome. All right, last one. I always find that this combination is always my go-to combination for creating educational content. And I was really trying to work outside of my comfort zone today when I created this one. So what do you think of with this combo? There's some subtle, professional, dark, wintry, cold, masculine. Guys, great description. There you go. What an awesome list. Wintry. Sure. Good. All right. So again, on the right track. I think most of us are thinking fairly similarly. That this color combination was hopefully going to invoke something that would be calm, conservative, professional, where the red also says confident, powerful, and the blue says calming and trustworthy. So this color combination offers a little bit of both. So definitely the brick red adding that burst of color with the more conservative blues. So it keeps a more professional look as a result. Good. All right. Hopefully that got some of your creative juices flowing, because it's time to dive into our 10 time-saving tips. So let's go ahead and again, that there are a lot of different products that you can create in Canva, but for the sake of this presentation and the fact that I could talk about this for the rest of the day, we are going to stick to two. We're going to talk about a document and a presentation or a slide deck such as this. And as a reminder, we're going to try our first 4 tips and then give you some time to explore. And then we'll come back to do 5 through 10. All right. So tip number 1. In Canva, we have an elements button. And the elements button is your gateway to the vast collection of design assets. That includes icons, illustrations, photos, charts, tables. What else do we have there? Stickers. All readily available to enhance your projects. And with a simple click of the Elements button, you can effortlessly elevate your designs to match your vision. And you can also see that this can be a significant time saver. It breaks it down into categories. So you can use the categories to start searching for whatever you're looking for to enhance your materials. And it's also a significant time saver. So instead of starting from scratch, you can quickly browse and select from a vast library of design assets. So you do not need to go search the internet or other resources. Everything that you might need is right here. And I have not seen a greater library with free assets anywhere. So it's a great place to start and definitely a tremendous time saver. Tip 2. This one I use very often in the creation of this presentation, that I had to put it in one of my tips here. Because if you want to bring in a specific image or video, such as I wanted to bring in this video to share with you in just a second, or to bring in our digital ATDN logo, you can do that with just a drag and drop feature. So all you will need to do is to take your file, drag it over your Canva window, and release. And it automatically uploads your file and saves it in your Canva library. So this is the exact step that I took in this video. And let's take a look here. So what you can see is I have my document open already, and I'm taking my digital ATDN logo. I dragged it over and I released it, and it automatically uploaded it. It's saved in my library, and then I can go on to edit it. I made it smaller in this instance, and it's right there, ready to use. So again, not only does this make your designs unique because you can bring in your own materials, but it really streamlines your workflow by eliminating the need to toggle back and forth between different software or storage locations. And now this logo is uploaded and saved in my library. So anytime I need to access it again, it's there. All right. And if you have any questions about these, please feel free to jump in, and Amy or Jose will stop me, because again, I'll just keep talking otherwise. All right. Tip 3, use AI. So Canva has its own AI writing feature, and it's called Magic Write. And we are going to talk a lot about generative AI later today, especially I think it's in the next presentation today. So I won't dive into too much about what AI is or how it works. I will let the experts do that in the next presentation. But if you're familiar with any other AI tools such as ChatGPT, this is very similar. So in fact, I asked AI or Magic Write to write these 3 bullet points for me on the screen, and it did a pretty good job. Besides editing it and put it, maybe making the words bold, AI wrote this slide for me. And I think it did a pretty good job. It's maybe a little bit more wordy than I usually am. I had to create a little extra room for it on the screen. But overall, it wasn't too bad. So scooch that back. So I'll show you how you could also do this. Again, I have my document here, and in this document, I'm asking Magic Write to write a 1-paragraph explanation of how to use Magic Write for adult educators. When I hit generate, it did a pretty good job. Right. Magic Write is a powerful tool that adult educators can use to create high quality written materials for their students. Not bad. So again, the capabilities of using AI is you can find it right in Canva. So you don't have to, if you are interested in using it, you don't have to then go elsewhere. You can have that option right in here as well. All right. And our last tip for now is Canva's translation and transformation tool. So Canva's translation and transformation feature allows for a quick and easy change in the language or an entire project. So imagine seamlessly converting your document into a slide deck or presentation without having to take the time to restart or an extensive redesign. The conversion tool would make that possible. It streamlines that entire process. You can take a document and convert it to a presentation. Now, it might need some editing afterwards, but you do have that option to at least get you started taking something you've already written and converting it into another type of project, such as a presentation. You can also effortlessly translate any part or entire text into 100 different languages. So that not only saves you valuable time, but also can really make your workflow more efficient. The translation tool is found in our apps toolbar. And let me show you what that looks like in action here. So this was a document that I had created, and I'm going to go to the apps, look for the translate feature. Because I had it highlighted, it just brought it in. It knew what I wanted to translate. And I selected Spanish, and you can see that paragraph is now in Spanish. Now, I do not speak or have the ability to read Spanish, so I cannot verify if it is correct or not, but at least it could be a good time saver in transforming or translating anything that you have in a document if you did need to change the language for any of your learners or to maybe put it out into your community. All right, so we're done with the first four. Any questions that I can answer so far? Anything in the chat? All right.
Your head, Mary Kate, quick question.
Yes.
Do you know how many languages? And I'm looking quickly in Canva. Actually, now that I see it, it seems like there's quite a bit of languages. So it's not just limited to Spanish or French,
No.
but it's many. Okay.
Yes, many. All I have, it says over 100. So my guess is maybe they continue to add to it. So I don't know if there's a definitive answer yet, or maybe it's just always changing. So we're gonna go ahead and try it. I'm gonna give you some time today to test this out. So if you have a Canva subscription, I'm going to ask you to open Canva and log in. If not, you, and you can see, I think Amy just put that in the chat, you've been invited to join the Digital Learning Day Canva team for free access this month. Oh, you received an email. Oops. And I think Amy just said that you just received an invitation to join.
Yes, everybody should have received an invitation that provided their email. If there's anybody that joined after that, certainly put your email on the chat and I will add you to our team's account for you to be able to explore.
Perfect. So let's take, it's 10:45. Let's take, I know that 5 minutes is not going to be enough, but again, you are going to have access to Canva until the end of the calendar year as a part of our team. And we're going to provide more opportunities to play with this. So let's take the next 5 minutes and just try it. Try using some of those different tools, such as if you're new to Canva, exploring the elements and adding an image or a video to your document. Or, like we mentioned, uploading an image using the drag and drop method. We're playing with the AI and asking it to create a 1-paragraph creative writing prompt or whatever you want it to do on the image that you chose. And then if you still have time, choose a piece of that text and see if you want to play around with the translation tool, changing it to another language. So while we do that, we'll be here to support you. If you need help to get started or have a question, feel free to ask your question out loud or type in the chat. But we do want to give you some time to kind of play in this Canva sandbox and try out some of those tools that we just mentioned. All right, tip 5. So this one I found is potentially the largest time saver on our list today, the use of templates. So Canva simplifies the design process with a library of over 4,000 ready-to-use templates. So those are templates for anything from presentations, posters, infographics, games that you might play with adult educators later on. There is a template for almost everything. And for educators like ourselves with tight schedules, which this feature is truly a very big time saver. So with the templates, you can quickly select a template that fits your needs, again, allowing you the time to focus on your content and less on the design. And more importantly, these templates aren't just about aesthetics. They're about making your life easier. When you can effortlessly create a more professional looking presentation without the need of extensive design skills, that's a real bonus. Plus, aligning your templates with either your theme or branding, or again, when we talked about color theory before, kind of those with those emotions or feelings that you're trying to evoke through your presentation or through your materials, you can ensure that you are providing a more consistent and polished look across all of your educational resources. Truly, there is a template for almost everything. It's pretty awesome. All right. We mentioned before a lot on our collaboration tools. Oh, hold on. I'm going to back up. I didn't share my little video on templates here. So I'll go ahead and, again, now we're looking at this through presentations or slide decks, just like the one that I created today. You can see that I wanted a creative writing presentation. And after looking through a bunch, just did select this one right here. And I applied that creative writing. Those slides had 25 slides that went along with this presentation. And then I could just go in, edit anything I wanted to. I can change the name, or in this case, I just wrote your name here because anyone's name could go there. And instead of a guide for young writers, it's now a guide for adult learners. All of these parts can be changed so quick and easily. So again, wonderful, wonderful time-saving tool. All right, and that's going to carry us forward into our next one here. You'll see this presentation. So our next tip, again, are the collaboration tools with Canva. So by now, we're all familiar with using real-time collaboration tools, and we've discussed the collaboration options here before. And very similar to those like a Google Doc or Google Slide, Canva also includes very similar real-time collaboration features, which can allow you and your students or you and other colleagues to work together on a presentation, design, and content simultaneously. So, and it's not about just sharing files or emailing a file. It's about real-time teamwork, which will hopefully streamline the collaborative process. You can use the Canva platform to assign tasks or track progress and automatically share editing privileges, which ensures everyone is always on the same page. And there's one other handy feature here, and it's the interactive feedback. So the commenting tool also allows you to offer feedback, suggestion, edits directly within the presentation. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So on my now creative writing presentation, I assigned a task to Jose and asked him to, what did I ask you to do? Can you please edit the title page? All right. So, and go ahead. And when I did that, I don't think I actually went through with pressing the button, or else Jose might have been very confused, although I did give him the heads up when I was doing this. He would have gotten the notification that that I asked him to do something along the lines of helping me edit this page, and automatically would have given him editing access to my file as well. So the days of going, oh, I see it and thank you for sharing with me, but I can't edit, it's just a view only file, that doesn't happen here. If I added him as a collaborator or asked him to do something on it, it would automatically give him those privileges. So that's kind of fun. All right. Let's continue on so we have time to get to all of them here. Next one, moving on, tip 7. Let's unravel the practicality of Canva's magic switch. This feature really, it's very cool. It opens up a world of flexibility in project transformation, again, without the need for extensive reformatting. So with Magic Switch, you have the power to seamlessly change your design into various document formats. So let's say from blog posts and summary emails, or even poems. I could take this slide and make it into something else without having to start from scratch. So it's not just about presentations. It's about adapting your content to suit the different contexts or needs that you have effortlessly. So let me show you a little bit about how that works. So again, I'm taking my presentation. Here's my creative writing presentation. I started with a translate. Again, I can take, with the Magic Switch, I can translate this into a different language, and it created a copy of my presentation, but it translated the entire presentation into another language. So if you did want to share your presentation in a different language, you can do so, again, with a click of a button. The other option that you can have, you can transform it from its presentation into a document. And here I asked it to just do the text. I might back that up again. Just let me back that up because this is pretty cool. All right, I'm going to transform the doc, but look at all of the options: a summary, a blog post, a poem, song lyrics. I could have asked it to take my presentation and to create song lyrics with it. And then you can just open it in a doc. And there it is. There is the outline of everything that was in that presentation. I did not need to redo it. I did not need to retype it. And it just created a new project ready to go.
Can you show us how to have the writing prompt created again?
Sure.
Like you were saying, upload an image and then it will create a writing prompt. I was trying to figure that out. I couldn't find it.
Oh, the AI one?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So you do have to give it, we'll use this one here. So when you were, I had this image, which is this haunted house. And then when you were using the AI feature, actually it's right here. See, I just clicked. You see that little plus sign? Add magic.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Hold on. No, you're right. I have too many screens open. Boom. There we go. So here was my document. Right over here, there's a little plus sign. This is the easiest way to get there. So in clicking on the plus sign, I'm going to click Magic Write. That's the AI feature. So I do need to potentially, I think you could say it based on the image above, but when you're working with AI, it's better to use your words. So, and use the 5 or more words. I could say, write a sentence about a haunted house. Hit generate. Again, that's a pretty. Ooh,
Okay,
the haunted
thank
house
you.
was shrouded in an eerie silence, as if the spirits were watching and waiting for their next victim. That's pretty good. Better than I can do, I think. Right. Thanks for jumping in with your question. Great. I'm happy to answer them. Go back to my slideshow. All right. We'll continue on to our next few. Again, our time is quickly running out. So tips 8, 9, and 10. For our 8th tip, I wanted to highlight the practical advantages of using Canva's learning management integration feature. So this feature allows you to streamline your workflow with seamless access from your Canva materials directly into your learning management system, or such as Google Classroom. So this integration eliminates the need for additional logins or downloads or external navigation, ensuring easy and efficient access for your students. So beyond the convenience, the collaborative learning environment is enriched within the familiar learning management system setting, such as Google Classroom, again, fostering engagement and interaction. So you can take the benefits of seamlessly distributing your Canva created materials and put it right into your learning management system. And I'll show you how we did that here. Again, I'm going with my creative writing slide deck and going into all of the different share options. You can look for it, or you can search for it. I just search for Google Classroom. There you go. I was already logged in to my Google Classroom, especially in this window. And therefore it pops right up. And just as you do with any of your other assignments or pages or anything else you're sharing within your Google Classroom or LMS, it made it that easy. It took that creative writing presentation and put it right into Google Classroom. I didn't have to download and then re-upload and then open up Google Classroom. I just tied it in directly. And so that could save a lot of time. All right, I'll play again. Right, our last two, tip 9, is one of the newest features within the Canva platform. And I have to admit, this feature is not as robust as other educational resource platforms, but I do believe we are going to see Canva's ready-to-use lesson library grow or potentially explode very soon, because the ready-to-use lessons library can be a monumental time saver. So not only does it provide those polished and professional aesthetics to your educational materials, but they're ready to use lessons. They can provide educators with a collection of templates that cover various subject areas. Now, the beauty of these templates lies in their adaptability. So use them, especially currently, to serve as a ready-made foundation that is also easily customizable. To be honest, it's very much focused on the K-12 audience. Right now, I didn't see anything that was potentially for targeted towards adult educators, adult learners, such as Google Applied Digital Skills has a feature specifically tailored for adult learners. This is very much still tailored mostly to K-12, but that doesn't mean, again, we can't take something that is in the lesson library and tweak it for your learners. So again, let's take a look at that. All right. I went right to the education tab here, which will tell you everything you need to know about using these teaching resources. And there's a number of different ways to get there. I am taking the long way to kind of show you the path to get to these ready-made lessons. And you can scroll through by grade level, by subject area, if you want something in particular, videos or marketing materials. But in this case, I settled on math. Oh no, maybe I went back to creative writing. We'll figure it. But all of these ready to teach lessons, again, might be something that you can use almost right out of the box, but more likely they give you a jumping off point that then you can use to tailor towards your students or your class or any particular curriculum that you are teaching. So it's worth the exploration. And again, I do think that currently it offers some really exciting options, but I think we're going to see this continue to grow over time. So definitely worth some time to explore it. All right. And last but not least, utilize the apps and the tools. So let's wrap up our journey with our final tip today, focusing on the dynamic possibilities for utilizing apps and tools within Canva. So if the offerings of Canva were not enough, there are then many apps that are now connected to Canva that can provide additional interactive elements to further elevate learner engagement. So in this video here, I'll play that one more time. The first practical application is to potentially embed a QR code into your materials. That would allow your users swift access to any other supplementary resources. All right, we always want to work to foster that independent learning. Or another example is our timer feature. So, that didn't work. Sorry, I restarted that again. But the timer feature that we could use here, there we go. There you go. You can see now that the timer has popped up in the corner of your screen. And if I wanted us to work on something for 5 minutes, then you would have this countdown clock available. So actually, let's do that. I'm going to subtract a minute here because we are running out of time. But I do want you to take a few minutes to look at anything that we just did, or let me answer some questions based on these tips. So I'll let this countdown clock go for these next 3.5 minutes to answer questions or give you time to play with any of these 10 tips. And I'll put those tips back on our screen up here. All right, so Melissa, I see your question. If we embed a QR code in the lesson, does the student need to use their phone to access the code, or is it accessible by the computer? Great question. So if you're doing a QR code, what I would use that for is if you then wanted them to potentially use that or use their phone. Otherwise, if you want them to interact with the document itself, then do it as a hyperlink, where they would just be clicking on that presentation or your PDF file or your document and be able to access it there. So I think that's the easiest workaround for them to get to any other supplemental links or resources. Good question. And again, I know that we're quickly running out of time, but let's use these next 2 minutes to explore, ask questions, or if there's anything that I had just mentioned that you want to try while you have us here today. Oh, yay, Lori. Oh, I'm glad. I'm so glad you found. Excellent. Cool. I'm glad you found a use for a tip right right away. That's awesome. Sure. So, Pamela, again, one of the easiest things to do, if you have a video already created, then you could just take your video file, drag and drop it, and it will upload to the page that you're working on. And then you can resize it and move it around your page. You do have the options. You can create some video files within Canva as well. And I'm more than happy to help you with that or work with you on that. But in terms of embedding a video file, anything that you've created, maybe you had used, oh gosh, there's so many, but like if you had a screencastify video, then you can save that, I think, at MP4 format, and then just drag it, drop it, and it will upload for you. And that's what I had done here with all of these video files. I created another window within Canva, recorded myself playing with it, and then as soon as I saved it, I just dragged it over and it uploaded. All right, well, we don't have a ton of time to play together today, but we have a challenge. So in our last minute, we are going to give you the month of December to continue your exploration into play, and we are going to introduce you to our digital ATDN bingo challenge. So on, I believe, Monday, you will be getting a bingo card. It looks a little bit like this. And your bingo card, we are going to share that with you. And every bingo that you complete by trying out some of the features in Canva or utilizing it in your educational materials in some way, will give you, you'll be entered to win. Jose, would you like to share with them what they might win if they complete a bingo? I feel like you're my Vanna White. What will they win?
So for every bingo, which will be, every 4 that you complete, you could get you enter to win a gift card at the end of the deadline. So by 12/22, the end of the day, maybe 12/23, you'll get the notification if you're the winner. And when you submit, you can say Canva instead of bingo.
And also, please share your projects with us. Again, before we all, I'm sure, scoot on a well-deserved holiday break, and we would love to showcase some of the projects or products that you've created, especially in Canva, in our January newsletter. So if you took any of these tips today or took some time to now explore Canva for the first time, we would love to see what you're doing with it and to show off your hard work. So with that being said, we are a minute over. So I want to thank you for joining us today. We would be thrilled to help you with any other tech support questions, or if you want to explore these tips, need any help with anything in Canva, you're more than welcome to connect with us, especially through our tech support and implementation sessions, where we can work one-on-one with any of the specific questions that you have. And again, any of the other resources that I have put together, you'll see in this presentation in this slide deck when you are sent this later today.
Thank you so much, Mary Kate. Canva is my go-to for everything. There's so much that you can do with it. So all you really can do is just explore, and you'll constantly find new features. So it's useful in so many different areas. And it would be great for your agencies and your students and in your classroom. So lots of different and fun things going on. Thank you so much for your time today.